Day 58, Chapter 14, page 202. Like the 1844 movement, the power which stirred the people so mightily in the 1844 movement will be again revealed. The third angel's message will go forth, not in whispered tones, but with a loud voice. I saw that this message will close with power and strength far exceeding the midnight cry. Like the day of Pentecost, it is with earnest longing that I look forward to the time when the events of the day of Pentecost shall be repeated with even greater power than on that occasion. John says, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Revelation 18, verse 1. Then, as the Pentecostal season, the people will hear the truth spoken to them, every man in his own tongue. In the visions of night, representations passed before me of a great reformatory movement among God's people. Many were praising God. The sick were healed and other miracles were wrought. A spirit of intercession was seen, even as was manifest before the great day of Pentecost. The great work of the gospel is not to close with less manifestation of the power of God than marked its opening. The prophecies which are fulfilled in the outpouring of the former rain at the opening of the gospel are again to be fulfilled in the latter rain at its close. Servants of God, with their faces lighted up and shining with holy consecration, will hasten from place to place to proclaim the message from heaven. By thousands of voices all over the earth, the warning will be given. Miracles will be wrought, the sick will be healed, and signs and wonders will follow the believers. God will employ agencies that will surprise us. Let me tell you that the Lord will work in this last work in a manner very much out of the common order of things, and in a way that will be contrary to any human planning. There will be those among us who will always want to control the work of God, to dictate even what movements shall be made when the work goes forward under the direction of the angel who joins the third angel in the message to be given to the world. God will use ways and means by which it will be seen that He is taking the reins in His own hands. The workers will be surprised by the simple means that He will use to bring about and perfect His work of righteousness. Do not imagine that it will be possible to lay out plans for the future. Let God be acknowledged as standing at the helm at all times and under every circumstance. He will work by means that will be suitable and will maintain, increase, and build up His own people. The Comforter is to reveal Himself not in any specified precise way that man may mark out, but in the order of God, in unexpected times and in ways that will honor His own name. He will raise up from among the common people men and women to do His work, even as of old He called fishermen to be His disciples. There will soon be an awakening that will surprise many. Those who do not realize the necessity of what is to be done will be passed by. The heavenly messengers will work with those who are called the common people, fitting them to carry the truth to many places. Laborers qualified by the Holy Spirit. In the last solemn work, for few great men will be engaged. God will work a work in a day that but few anticipate. He will raise up and exalt among us those who are taught rather by the unction of His Spirit than by the outward training of scientific institutions. These facilities are not to be despised or condemned. They are ordained of God, but they can furnish only the exterior qualifications. God will manifest that He is not dependent on learned, self-important mortals. The souls that are earnestly seeking for light and that accept with gladness every ray of divine illumination from His holy word, To such alone light will be given. It is through these souls that God will reveal the light and power which will lighten the whole earth. It is discipline of spirit, cleanliness of heart, and thought that is needed. This is more of value than brilliant talent, tact, or knowledge. An ordinary mind trained to obey a "Thus saith the Lord" is better qualified for God's work than are those who have capabilities but do not employ them rightly. The laborers will be qualified rather by the unction of his Spirit than by the training of literary institutions. Men of faith and prayer will be constrained to go forward with holy zeal, declaring the words which God gives them.